Jai Sitaram and Namaste everyone. Join me every Thursday evening at 6:05 p.m. where we sit together like a Hindu family and we do HAVAN and we listen to BHAJAN and a short discourse from Dr. SURUJRATTAN RAMBACHAN. Join me every Thursday evening at 6:05. Jai Sitaram. Jai Sitaram and Namaste everyone. As we get prepared for HAVAN, there are two options. Option 1, a lota with water, a spoon, the HAVAN kun with a cotton wick soaked with ghee, flowers, matches, extra cotton with a supari or kasaili, a bowl with ghee, and a fruit, maybe a prunes or a raisin. That's option 1. Option 2, you have mango sticks or pitch pine, canfa, a diya that is lightened, matches, a spoon, a lota with water, ghee and spoon, and our HAVAN samagri. The HAVAN samagri: brown sugar, clove, black till, gulgul, a supari, and a prune, a raisin, or any type of fruit. And these are the material we need for our Thursday evening HAVAN. Jai Sitaram.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। मन चमन हमारा भरा हुआ, मन चमन हमारा भरा हुआ, मन चमन हमारा भरा हुआ, भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में जाने क्या जादू भरा हुआ, भगवान तुम्हारी गीता में जाने क्या जादू भरा हुआ, भगवान तुम्हारे गीता में। मन चमन हमारा भरा हुआ, मन चमन हमारा भरा हुआ, मन चमन हमारा भरा हुआ, भगवान तुम्हारे गीता में जाने क्या जादू भरा हुआ, भगवान तुम्हारे गीता में। जब शोक मोह से घिर जाए तब गीता वचन हृदय लाए। जब शोक मोह से गिर जाए तब गीता वचन हृदय लाए। सारा भव सागर भरा हुआ, भगवान तुम्हारे गीता में जाने क्या जादू भरा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारे गीता में। गीता संतों को प्यारी है, जो ही धर्म के अनुकारी है। गीता संतों को प्यारी है, जो ही धर्म के अनुसारी है। युग युग का अनुभव भरा हुआ श्री कृष्ण तुम्हारे गीता में जाने क्या जादू भरा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारे गीता में जाने क्या जादू भरा हुआ भगवान तुम्हारे गीता में। श्री कृष्णा जय कृष्णा, श्री कृष्णा जय कृष्णा, श्री कृष्णा जय कृष्णा, श्री कृष्णा जय कृष्णा, जय कृष्णा, जय कृष्णा। What is the basis of a person's success? Many things. Some people say the basis of a person's success is to have enough money to invest. Some people say basis of a person's success is to be intelligent, to have a degree, to have great training. Well, I've known a lot of people with degrees and great training and money and everything, but they haven't been successful. Because how do you define success of a person? Do you define success of a person by wealth or by character? Do you define the success of a person by values as against behaviors? What is important? It is said that leadership is about the ability to envision the future, the ability to create a compelling picture of it, and to inspire others to want to reach out to achieve it and share in its beauty. That is what it says about leadership. And even Pandit Neil will tell you this. Even as a Pandit, he has to do that all the time. He has to create a vision in people's mind about their spiritual future. And he has to inspire them to take the kinds of actions that will help them to get there. And this, I put this, Neil, in the context, Panditji, of the HAVAN that you are doing and training people to do. I put it in the context of Sankhya TV, in terms of their spread of religious knowledge. But the spread of their religious knowledge is meant to inculcate the best human values, the best spiritual values in people. This is what differentiates their programming from other programming, because it's values-based. It's meant to build the human being into a spiritual being. It's meant to take the person in the journey from the human to the divine. Think about it. So they have a vision. You have a vision as to why you're doing what you do. Brothers and sisters, so we must have a vision to inspire people to commit to the actions and values that will support the strategies to realize those visions. But be that as it may, leaders are followed and they win the commitment of people and loyalty on the basis of something more important. True leaders, credibility and integrity. Credibility and integrity. But credibility and integrity are rare in people's lives altogether. You know, just today I had a very interesting experience about credibility and integrity. I went into a store and I bought some equipment. And the lady told me, she says, "Where are you parked?" I said, "Up the street." So she then said to the clerk, she says, "Would you help him take it to his vehicle?" So I said, "No, I can drive down here." So I drove down and he brought it to the vehicle. But then he handed me $25. And he said, the lady said that she had overcharged you this money and she wanted to make sure that you got it. Now, that might seem to be a simple thing, but that's a big thing in my mind. It's a big thing in my mind. Because she has created good karma phala in that way. And that's credibility. That's honesty. That's integrity. But credibility and integrity also depends on a person's ability to deliver on promises made. A person's ability to keep their word, to close the gap between word, promise and action, as well as to harmonize intent with motive and action. Now, you can have a particular intent but perform a different action to the intent. But is there harmony between your intent and your action? You could intend one thing, but you go and do something else. So you know that's dishonest, that's hypocritical. What is the real intent? So that's why they say intention is sometimes more important than action. Because let's even say you have an intent and you go and perform another action, then you have defeated yourself spiritually. Brothers and sisters, nothing destroys a person like failure to deliver on promises. Nothing. Or like the practice of deception. A person who lies is not trusted. And the basis of commitment that you will see that you develop to a person is the factor of trust. Trustworthiness is the hallmark of a person's ability to cultivate partnerships with those whom they associate with. Trustworthiness helps you to form strong partnerships. It is trustworthiness more than anything else that excites the commitment of followers. And in Ramayana we have an example of that. I always give a prelude to what I want to say from the Ramayana. And that's a prelude to talking about King Dashrath. King Dashrath, in his reply to Kaikeyi, in relation to the demands that he fulfill his promises made to her, notes in Ayodhya Kand as follows. When she was demanding that, look, you make my son the king and you banish Sri Ram to the forest, Dashrath spoke to her. And what does Dashrath say to her? It tells us about the character of Dashrath. Let's see if we can measure up to this character of Dashrath. In Ramcharitmanas, Tulsidas sings. जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर रघुकुल रीति सदा चले आए प्राण जाहु वरु वचनु न जाए रघुकुल रीति सदा चली आए प्राण जाहु वरु वचन न जाए नहीं असत्य सम पातक पुंजा गिरि सम होहि की को इक गुंजा नहीं सत्य सम पातक पुंजा गिरि सम होहि की कोटिक गुंजा सत्य मूल सब सुकृत सोहाये वेद पुराण विदित मनु गाये सत्य मूल सब सुकृत सोहाये वेद पुराण विदित मनु गाये जय रामा श्री रामा जय जय रामा जय राम श्री रामा जय जय रामा श्री राम जय जय रामा श्री राम जय जय रामा श्री राम जय जय रामा. When we were little children, growing up, 7, 9, 10 years old, every morning, my grandfather, who was Pandit Rambachan, he used to make sure before we left for school, we went into that yard, and especially on a Tuesday and Saturday, pick a red flower, a red hibiscus flower, and bring it, and he would lead the Hanuman Chalisa by the altar every Tuesday and Saturday. Hanuman is our family deity. And similarly here, Dashrath used to do that with his children. Dashrath grew up his children in a spiritual environment. So what Dashrath is about to say here is something that Ram practiced when he went into the forest. The first decision being made to voluntarily accept banishment. Ram accepted banishment in order to protect the integrity and credibility of his father, for which his father was known in the kingdom. So he said here, Raghukula Riti Sadachaliyai Prana Jahu Varu Vachanuna Jai. And this was also the first chaupai that my grandfather taught us. The first chaupai that he taught us from the Ramayana. He says, it has ever been a rule in the house of the Raghus that it is far preferable to lose one's life than to break a promise. It is far preferable to lose one's life than to break a promise. This is our tradition in this palace, he says, in the house of the Raghus. For even a multitude of sins cannot equal a lie. Cannot equal a lie. Truth, he says, Satyamula Saba Sukrita Sohai, Veda Puran Vidita Manugai. Truth is the root of all noble virtues, as the Vedas and Puranas declare, and as Manu, the first lawgiver of the world, has expounded. These very famous words by King Dashrath indicate the extent to which commitment to truth and exemplifying that truth by way of one's actions characterized Dashrath's life and leadership as a leader, as the king. It is also the basis of his philosophy. So I ask tonight, what is your philosophy with respect to leadership? Whether as a parent, whether as a teacher, whether as an individual in your organization, what is your philosophy of leadership? What values are the foundation upon which you build your life? You see, our behaviors must always be grounded in a philosophy. And in the case of Dashrath, his philosophy of leadership was built around the factor of truth and the commitment to keep his promises. A leader who fails to deliver on his promises, a parent who fails to deliver on his or her promises, creates a perception in the mind of that follower, that child, of deception. And that is dangerous. They lose trust in you. Such deception leads to a loss of moral legitimacy and creates what I like to call personal entropy, the way to extinction. And I want to tell you tonight that credibility and integrity are two of the most important values you can develop in your lives. And this only comes about where there's a congruence between thoughts, words, and deeds. Manakrama Vachan. So this is the essence of the final message that I want to share with you this evening. And now Pandit Neil will lead us in Havan, and then we will have the final bhajan.
Jai Sitaram and Namaste everyone. As we get prepared for Havan, there are two options. Option 1, a lota with water, a spoon, the Havan kun with a cotton wick soaked with ghee, flowers, matches, extra cotton with a sopari or kasaili, a bowl with ghee, and a fruit, maybe a prunes or a raisin. That's option 1. Option 2, you have mango sticks or pitch pine, kanfa, a diya that is lightened, matches, a spoon, a lota with water, ghee and spoon, and our Havan samagri. The Havan samagri, brown sugar, clove, black till, gulgul, a sopari, and a prune, a raisin, or any type of fruit. And these are the material we need for our Thursday evening Havan. Jai Sitaram. We prepare by washing our hands. Everyone at home, wash your hands. Om Apavitya Pavitra. Om Apavitya Pavitra. Om Apavitya Pavitra. Then we sip water 3 times. Om Ragaya Namaha. Om Keshavaya Namaha. Om Madhavaya Namaha. Then we wash hands again 3 times. Om Apavitya Pavitra. Om Apavitya Pavitra. Om Apavitya Pavitra. You take a flower and we invite Ganapati Devata to our homes. We invite the Panch Devata to our Havan Kun, in which we do invocation mantra. We pray. Hari Om. Hari Om. Hari Om. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Sri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Sri Guru Charana Kamale Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Param Dhamma Para Brahma Parisham Paramadbhutam Vigana Nigana Karam Shantam Pushtan Khantanamandakam Sura Surindai Siddhindai Sugan Saumit Parat Param Sura Paramadinesham Cha Ganeshaya Mangalam. Om Sarva Mangala Mangalye Shive Sarvata Sadhake Sharanye Trambake Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Brahma Murari Tripurandakari Banu Shishi Bhumishtuto Gurasya Gurushtu Shukra Shani Rahu Ketu Sarve Graha Shanti Kara Bhavantu. Om Karpura Gauram Karunavataram Sansarasaram Bhujagindaharam Saravasantam Hridyaravinde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami. Om Go Brahmanitaya Cha Jagatitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Then we invite the fire god. Om Avahetam Purusham Maraparamam Indodisuttam Surakotanatam Om Rim Sim Sri Agindevta Avahanam Karishe. Then you light the fire. With option 1, you can either light your Havan Kun with the cotton wick, which you have least amount of smoke. Option 1 with little smoke, which you will only use ghee for the offering here. Option 2, where you will take a camphor, light it from your diya and put it at the bottom of your Havan Kun. Then you take the water and pass it 3 times around the Havan Kund. The arrangement of the Havan and placing of the flowers must be put underneath of the Havan Kund. It doesn't matter the direction once it's under the Havan Kund. In this ceremony where the Havan, the Homa is done on the earth itself, it is put to the eastern side. Om Sarva Papa Hare Divyam Gangiyam Alam Jalam Achmanyam Punachmanyam Achmanyam Pratigaratam Sri Agindevta Swaha Devi Achmanyam Pratigaratam. Identical flower. Om Ete Gana Chandan Pushtam Ete Gana Pushpite Om Rim Sim Sri Agindevta Swaha Devi Samadpayami. With option 1, use the ghee alone. So now we prepare to do Gayatri. We perform Gayatri 5 times first, followed by Swaha. Om Bhura Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yona Prachodayat Swaha. Every time you perform Swaha, you dip back into your Havan Samagri or to your ghee. Om Bhura Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yona Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhura Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yona Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhura Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yona Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhura Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhyo Yona Prachodayat Swaha. Then you take the rest of ghee, empty it into your samagri and mix up. You have also in your fruit inside here for the Purna part, for the Purna Huti. So you give little bit to the Havan because it's a good bit of Havan. And everyone, while we finish the mantra and we offer, please say Swaha with us. Om Sri Ganeshaya, and this is how you feed the fire. You put your hand like this and you offer through the thumb. Om Sri Ganeshaya Namah Swaha. Om Gauri Narayanaya Swaha. Om Prithvi Divyai Namah Swaha. Om Kalsa Devtaya Namah Swaha. Om Adityari Naugra Devtaya Namah Swaha. Om Surya Narayan Swami Swaha. Om Chandama Devtaya Namah Swaha. Om Mangalaya Namah Swaha. Om Buddha Devaya Namah Swaha. Om Guru Devtaya Namah Swaha. Om Shukra Devaya Namah Swaha. Om Shani Devaya Namah Swaha. Om Rahu Namah Swaha. Sri Ketu Namah Swaha. Om Adityari Naugra Devta Shanti Graha Shanti Namah Swaha. Om Agin Devtaya Namah Swaha. Om Shivar Pancha Devtabhyo Namah Swaha. Om Namo Narayanaya Swaha. Om Gaumataya Namah Swaha. Om Krishnaya Namah Swaha. Om Radharanyai Namah Swaha. Om Lakshmi Mataya Namah Swaha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Swaha. Om Namo Narayanaya Swaha. Om Ramaya Namah Swaha. Om Sisitaya Namah Swaha. Om Ekarantaya Namah Swaha. Om Vakratundaya Namah Swaha. Om Gam Ganapati Namah Swaha. Om Hirambaya Namah Swaha. Om Balachandaya Namah Swaha. Om Krishna Pingalaksha Namah Swaha. Om Lambodharaya Namah Swaha. Om Vikatataya Namah Swaha. Om Sri Hanumate Namah Swaha. Om Ishtadevtaya Namah Swaha. Om Gram Devtaya Namah Swaha. Om Stan Devtaya Namah Swaha. Om Prajapatye Namah Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya Swaha. Om Kailashpati Mahadevaya Namah Swaha. Om Dum Durga Divyai Namah Swaha. Om Brahmachari Divyai Namah Swaha. Om Saraswati Divyai Namah Swaha. Om Vastu Mandala Devtaya Namah Swaha. Om Matrika Divyai Namah Swaha. Om Swaha Divyai Namah Swaha. Om Agin Devtaya Namah Swaha. Om Brinda Divyai Namah Swaha. Om Guru Bhyo Deve Bhyo Namah Swaha. Om Mata Pitti Kul Pitti Charanakamali Bhyo Namah Swaha. Om Pita Kul Pitti Charanakamali Bhyo Namah Swaha. Om Guru Kul Pitti Charanakamali Bhyo Namah Swaha. Om Rishi Kul Pitti Charanakamali Bhyo Namah Swaha. Om Sarave Kul Pitti Charanakamali Bhyo Namah Swaha. Om Sarvadevi Swaha. Sarvadevtaya Namah Swaha. Om Sarvadevi Sarvadevta Bhumandala Devta Bhyo Namah Swaha. Then you take the remainders with your cotton, you wipe out with the samagri, you take your fruit that remained, you wipe out the cotton, you take your sapari, you put it in, and then you stand for the Purana part, for the Puranahuti. You join with the Puranahuti mantra. Om Puranavidam Puranata Puranamritate Puranasya Puranamadaya Puranaveva Vashishyate Om Sarave Puranagum Swaha. Then you Achman the fire. Om Sarva Papa Hare Divyam Gangiyam Alam Jalam Achmanyam Punachmanyam Achmanyam Pratikaratam Om Rim Sim Sri Agin Devta Swaha Devi Samadpayami. Then you take a flower and you fan the fire in all the directions. Om Vanaspati Dasudbhute Gandhanivyo Gandotamam Arga Sarva Devanam Dupoyam Pratikaratam Shri Agin Devta Swaha Devi Samadpayami. Then you stretch your hands to the fire and take blessings. Om Mangalam Bhagavan Vishnu Mangalam Garudarvaja Mangalam Pundarikaksha Mangalaya Tanu Hari. You take flower and you make closing prayer. Om Mantrahinam Kriyahinam Bhaktihinam Janardana Yata Pujitam Maya Deva Paripurnam Tarasyame. Om Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Bandhu Chaseka Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Sarvam Amadeva Deva. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Mritam Gamaya. Om Shanti 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 Om. Bolo Sri Gajanan Swami ki jai, Umapati Mahadeva ki jai, Pavanaputra Hanuman ki jai, Siyavar Ramachandra ki jai, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Jai Sitaram, everyone. So devotees, there are countless blessings in performing Havan at your home. And this being done on a Thursday evening. One, if we get 1,000 families to perform Havan together, this sacred fire offering to Agindevta, the blessings reaching to the heavenly abodes, the Devtas shower blessings not only into you, not into the family, not throughout the country, but throughout the entire world. While making these offerings, pray for sick, pray for the sick, pray for the suffering. Pray not for only yourself, but pray for everyone. Devotees, we are in a time we need to pray. Jai Sitaram.
Sai Gopala, Radhe Gopala, Satya Sai Gopala, Radhe Gopala, Jai Jai Gopala, Jai Jai Gopala, Sai Gopala, Radhe Gopala, Sai Gopala, Radhe Gopala, Jai Jai Gopala. He Nandlala Gopi Lola Gokula Bala, He Nandlala Gopi Lola Gokula Bala, Vrindavan Gopala, Vrindavan Gopala, Sai Gopala, Radhe Gopala, Sai Gopala, Radhe Gopala, Jai Jai Gopala. He Nandlala, He Nandlala, He Nandlala, He Nandlala, He Nandlala, Gopi Lola, Gokula Bala, He Nandlala, Gopi Lola, Gokula Bala, Vrindavan Gopala, Vrindavan Gopala, Sai Gopala, Radhe Gopala, Sai Gopala, Radhe Gopala, Jai Jai Gopala, Jai Jai Gopala, Sai Gopala, Radhe Gopala, Sai Gopala, Radhe Gopala, Jai Jai Gopala. He Nandlala, He Nandlala, He Nandlala, He Nandlala, He Nandlala, Gopi Lola, Gokula Bala, He Nandlala, Gopi Lola, Gokula Bala, Vrindavan Gopala, Vrindavan Gopala, Sai Gopala, Radhe Gopala, Sai Gopala, Radhe Gopala, Jai Jai Gopala, Jai Jai Gopala, Jai Jai Gopala.